And Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas!
Our lovers of love. You're interrupting my little introduction. You couldn't wait until it was your turn to speak, could you?
It's Christmas. You said Merry Christmas.
Yes, and then you interrupted. So now we have to start all over again.
Okay, I'll be quiet this time.
Jeez. Some people get so excited over Christmas. Just can't help themselves. Merry Christmas, our fellow lovers of love, and welcome to this excursion through the rivers. Oh, now I've got it all plummed up anyway. Hi everybody. How you guys doing on this Christmas?
It's gonna be one of those shows, I can tell.
Well, yeah, because we had just before the show 1 minute to show airtimes and our internet conks out, and so yeah, it's gonna be one of those days. I can't see anything today, so Lovey's over here pushing buttons, and we are enjoying our Christmas day. It's been and as many of us spend around the time enjoying our Christmas day, I'm reminded of an acquaintance. I wouldn't quite call him a friend. We've never actually communicated much individually. But, one of those people on Facebook and you talk with on occasion. He's alone this Christmas. Man, it's a very difficult time for him. His father passed away recently last year, a couple of years ago. I don't remember exactly the time. And, he's a marriage fell apart for reasons, should I say, not of his making. Things happen, but it's a difficult time. You can feel the sadness in his posts and the alone, and you can sense that he says he just wants to matter into somebody's life. He just wants to matter, and it reminds me of a conversation we had this week about a show we're doing next week. We have Max Gutman will be on next week. We have a guest on talking about mental health. His journey from schizophrenia to a mental health advocate. We can talk about anxiety disorder. We can talk about bipolar. We can talk depression. There's lots of things we have experienced, but schizophrenia isn't one of those. And so when you want to have these kinds of conversations, you have them with people who know. But it reminds me that when people... You okay? Uh-oh. Poor Lubby.
It went down the wrong way.
I hate when that happens. Like you forget, we're adults now and you forget to drink again. Like 3 years old all over again. You okay over there?
I'm good now, thanks.
Okay. And where was I?
Sad schizophrenia.
Oh, schizophrenia. So tune in next week. We have a conversation about new beginnings, essentially. We're going to talk about journeys and new beginnings because on New Year's. So actually, we have to decide if we want to do our New Year's show on New Year's Eve to New Year's or we want to do it on a regular slot. We have to make that. I'm thinking we might want to do it on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Do it Friday. Do it Friday instead of Saturday next week.
Cool.
Or maybe even do 2 shows next week. One Friday, one Saturday. We'll see how it goes.
We do a short show on Saturday.
Something. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, talking about the new journeys and new beginnings and, how do you create meaning in your life? You said you want someone to care. But, in our pokey little podcast, our little show here, we actually have reached people. People contact us because we've reached them. It says, hey, we like what you're doing. It's to somebody, we're a voice in the dark. And I think it's time to remind ourselves why we call this late night love. It's because there's a different feel to conversations in the middle of the night than there is in the, bright of day. There's a kinder, more compassionate, more casual conversation at night. It's a more loving conversation at night than it is in the day. You know, that harsh light of day, it reveals lots of things, but it also reveals the harshness. You know, the blinding harshness. Things hide in the shadows. But at night, everything's a shadow. And so nothing's hidden. It's there. You can still talk about it. And because everybody's in the same position, everybody has blind spots, you know, it's easier to empathize. I mean, just think about in your own life. When do the most compassionate, deepest conversations happen? It's at nighttime. When does passion generally express itself?
Stir.
It's in the nighttime. It's not just because that's easiest. It's part of it because, you know, we're all scheduled for during the day, but there's a different feeling about night. And so for those of you out there struggling this holiday season, we hear you. We know it's tough. And we're not going to sit here and tell you, oh, just go do some volunteering. We've done that. You know, we've done that already. You know, but you can make your own meaning. You really can. And you just have to figure out how to do that. And it's not easy. But how much in life is easy if it's actually worth it? Yeah. If something was easy, what's its real value? On occasions, it does happen, but for the general rule of thumb, for something to have value, you need to work for it. You need to have some effort in it. It needs to cost you something, so to speak. Anyway, so it just had me thinking about, you know, new beginnings, transitions.
Yes.
Next week, and you know that group of people out there who are struggling. Christmas season is such a happy season for people, but there are groups of people whom it's very difficult. You know, it's saddled with difficult emotions. They watch other families who have happiness and togetherness, and I just want some of that. You know, it is sad. And I also read a story about another friend who's, because of politics, family has now been disintegrated because of politics
Oh
over
no.
because of healthcare politics. We'll call it healthcare politics. Families have been disintegrated, and so we've. But that kind of brings us on to the discussion at hand: Christmas movies. Why we love Christmas movies, and it's because Christmas movies, they don't ignore the difficulties of life. In fact, they kind of highlight them in a strange sort of way. But yet they say that, yeah, you can persevere through it. We were watching The Grinch last night. And I actually come to think of it story-wise, whether the movie itself is, you know, how good the movie is, the story of The Grinch. It's actually a nice story. It's a good story. It's a story of redemption. You know, one child redeems not just the Grinch, the whole freaking town. The innocence of a child, just simply ask a question. Why? Why aren't we following what we claim to say? You know? Why aren't we being what we claim to be? We claim to be these happy, loving, caring people, but yet there's this person who's one of us out in the hill living alone. Because of where it starts, because of the actual origins of these things. But it's not the gift itself. Well, that was
That was exciting.
yeah.
What's your password?
I can't tell you my password.
Oh, you can't now.
Here, hold on. Oh crap! I've got to try and see it. All right, let's see if I can do this.
We have minor technical difficulties.
Yeah,
Folks.
there's a big storm outside, and we're on our house is on a wireless internet. It's actually 5G home internet, and so this storm has been wacky internet today. So anyway, I have no idea where we lost it out at. To be honest, where we were discussing. Well, we were discussing somewhere. We were discussing.
We were talking about Christmas movies.
We were talking about Christmas movies, and kind of the difference between
Well, you're on
Christmas
the
tree.
you're on the body count still
Well,
argument.
No, I'm not really. I moved on to the body count argument. It's just there's a difference between Christmas traditions and Christmas movies. Christmas movies are about love and what's the word I was looking for? Oh, I just said it earlier. Now I've gone completely blank on the thing. What little Mary, the little girl did.
Her name wasn't it Susie?
I don't remember. Anyway, I've gone brain dead here in a minute.
The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Yes. I'm just trying. She redeemed. Movies about redemption. And
yes,
Christmas movies are about redemption. God, jeez, all haywire. It's gonna be one of those shows. We actually said it's gonna be one of those shows. So, it's the redemption arc is part of it, and it's about love and redemption and learning and understanding and empathy and family and however you define family. Families don't have to be defined by blood relations, close friends, your friends' families, those type of things count as families in Christmas time, and in Christmas movies. So for me, that's the difference. I don't have any problems with these movies like Die Hard being Christmas traditions. It's Christmas traditions. Lots of people watch it on Christmas time. So
your mother does.
Yeah, I know. So to deny that it's a Christmas tradition would be silly. I just don't think it's a Christmas movie just because it takes place on, Christmas Eve, because that they figure they could sell more tickets if they sold it as a movie around Christmas time. That's the only reason it was set in Christmas, because they figured they could sell more movies, sell more tickets. That's it. It's not a Christmas movie. It just has Christmas tree and Christmas movies about love and redemption and understanding. That's all I'm trying to say.
That was about down to this article what Christmas really means. They made a point of it that he celebrates the 12 days of Christmas, which is supposed to start on Christmas Day and ends January 5th. But by this time, most people have had enough of Christmas. It's been a good right after Thanksgiving, we start getting ready for Christmas. So it's been a good 6 weeks of Christmas.
Yeah. Well, he has the religious view of Christmas.
Yeah.
And Christmas is no longer purely a religious holiday. It's clearly not. It's a cultural holiday. It transcends religion, which if I was a religious person, I would actually think that's actually a good thing, because now whether people like it or not, they have part of your religion as part of their daily culture or daily culture. Yeah.
Yes.
It's always going to be living. So the fact that it morphs and changes, I don't think I would have a big deal with it. But then again, I'm not a religious person, so I don't have that perspective. So I can't throw stones on that one. I understand that.
Well, there's mixed reactions to that because a lot of people feel it's just become too consumerism and we've lost the true meaning. And then there are other people who feel that uh, it's Christmas, so and it's about the birth of Jesus, and you can't miss that. It's
Yeah,
it's not left out.
but it's not just about the baby Jesus anymore. It's more. It's taken from very
Simple.
different. If you are a fun Christian, especially the more fundamental Christian you are, it's a Christian holiday. But for
Yes.
everybody else, it's pagan holiday. It's it's got pagan rituals in it. it it's got rituals, some of their beliefs, some of their practices. If we want them to listen to us, we have to show them. What is it? There's a saying that you know, no one's going to care what you think until they know you care about them. No one's gonna care how smart you are. No one's gonna care how much you know until they know you care about them.
Hmm.
And so, how do you show if you're a religion? How do you show that? No, look, we care about you. We're going to incorporate some of your practices into this. It's a much more comforting thing, and it's why it's that it's why Christianity brutality, but they're just as brutal as everybody else. That was a Reformation thing later on where they decided that it wasn't right to beat people over the head to become religious. That was a later morphine. And all religions actually go through that. We all get there. We all will. It's just a matter of time. Because, eventually you get to the understanding that we can't really violate our belief. So, anyway, What? Oh, yeah, there we go. Hey, everybody, we're having serious internet issues over here. Short, and we're going to come back tomorrow night, and we're going to kind of finish the discussion because
We're going to talk about Boxing Day. I'm going to sing Silent Night in Danish. It's going to be lovely.
yeah. So actually, let's do your Silent Night in Danish on Christmas. Let's do it right now while the
Okay.
internet is working.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You get to end the show on Silent Night in Danish.
Okay. I'm not a professional singer. Glædelig jul, dejlig jul. Engle deler ned i skønt, så man ser, hvad for ned det er skønt. Når man ser, hvad for ned det er skønt, lad de blande stikke, lad de blande stikke. I
Thank you for blessing us with my love. And thanks for watching this week. Finish the show out, and hopefully, having these internet issues are done. For me and Lovey, please remember, love everybody.